Chris Anderson asked me if I could put the last 25 years of anti-poverty campaigning into 10 minutes for TED. So I thought, forget the rock opera, forget the bombast, my usual tricks. The only thing singing today would be the facts. Because what the facts are telling us is that the long, slow journey, humanity's long, slow journey of equality is actually speeding up. Look at what's being achieved. Look at the pictures these data sets print. Since the year 2000, since the turn of the millennium, there are 8 million more AIDS patients getting life-saving antiretroviral drugs. Malaria, there are 8 countries in sub-Saharan Africa that have their death rates cut by 75%. For kids under 5, child mortality, kids under 5, it's down by 2.65 million a year. That's a rate of 7,256 children's lives saved each day. Wow. Wow. Let's just stop for a second, actually, and think about that. Have you read anything, anywhere in the last week that is remotely as important as that number? Wow. Great news. It drives me nuts that most people don't seem to know this news. 7,000 kids a day. Here's 2 of them. This is Michael and Benedicta. And they're alive, thanks in large part to Dr. Patricia Asamoah. She's amazing. And the Global Fund, which all of you financially support, whether you know it or not. And the Global Fund provides antiretroviral drugs that stop mothers from passing HIV to their kids. This fantastic news didn't happen by itself. It was fought for, it was campaigned for, it was innovated for. And this great news gives birth to even more great news. Because the historic trend is this. The number of people living in back-breaking, soul-crushing extreme poverty has declined from 43% of the world's population in 1990 to 33% by 2000, and then to 21% by 2010. Give it up for that. Halved. The rate is still too high, still too many people unnecessarily losing their lives. There's still work to do, but it's heart-stopping. It's mind-blowing stuff. And if you live on less than $1.25 a day, if you live in that kind of poverty, this is not just data, this is everything. If you're a parent who wants the best for your kids, and I am, this rapid transition is a route out of despair and into hope. And guess what? If the trajectory continues, look where the amount of people living on $1.25 a day gets to by 2030. Can't be true, can it? That's what the data is telling us. If the trajectory continues, we get to, wow, the zero zone. Virtual elimination of extreme poverty, as defined by people living on less than $1.25 a day, adjusted, of course, for inflation from a 1990 baseline. We do love a good baseline. That's amazing. Now, I know that some of you think this progress is all in Asia or Latin America or model countries like Brazil, and who doesn't love a Brazilian model? But look at sub-Saharan Africa. There's a collection of 10 countries, some call them the Lions, who in the last decade have had a combination of 100% debt cancellation, a tripling of aid, a 10-fold increase in FDI, that's foreign direct investment, which has unlocked a quadrupling of domestic resources, that's local money, which when spent wisely, that's good governance, cut childhood mortality by 1/3, doubled education completion rates, and they too halved extreme poverty. And at this rate, these 10 get to 0 too. So the pride of Lions is the proof of concept. So why aren't we jumping up and down about this? Look at this graph. It's called inertia. It's how we screw it up. And the next one is really beautiful. It's called momentum. And it's how we can bend the arc of history down towards zero, just doing the things that we know work. So inertia versus momentum. There is jeopardy. And of course, the closer you get, it gets harder. We know the obstacles that are in our way right now, in difficult times. In fact, today, in your capital, in difficult times, some who mind the nation's purse want to cut life-saving programs like the Global Fund. And right now, we know that the biggest disease of all is not a disease. It's corruption. But there's a vaccine for that too. It's called transparency, open data sets. Something the TED community is really on it. Daylight, you could call it. Transparency. And technology is really turbocharging this. It's getting harder to hide if you're doing bad stuff. So let me tell you about the U Report. I'm really excited about it. It's 150,000 millennials all across Uganda, young people armed with 2G phones, an SMS social network exposing government corruption and demanding to know what's in the budget and how their money is being spent. This is exciting stuff. Look, once you have these tools, you can't not use them. Once you have this knowledge, you can't unknow it. You can't delete this data from your brain, but you can delete the cliched image of supplicant, impoverished peoples not taking control of their own lives. You can erase that. You really can, because it's not true anymore. By 2030, robots, not just serving us Guinness, but drinking it. By the time we get there, every place with a rough semblance of governance might actually be, on their way. So I'm here to, I guess we're here to try and infect you with this virtuous data-based virus, the one we call factivism. It's not going to kill you. In fact, it could save countless lives. I guess we in the One campaign would love you to be contagious. I'm thinking of Wael Gonan, though. Some of you know him. He set up one of the Facebook groups behind the Tahrir Square in Cairo. He got thrown in jail for it, but I have his words tattooed on my brain. We are going to win because we don't understand politics. We are going to win because we don't play their dirty games. We are going to win because we don't have a party political agenda. We are going to win because the tears that come from our eyes actually come from our hearts. We're going to win because we have dreams, and we're willing to stand up for those dreams. Wael is right. We're going to win if we work together as one, because the power of the people is so much stronger than the people in power. Thank you.